The second-hand dream build finally starts today. We're going to be installing some of the first components onto this frame. Quick update on the coil. I finally got myself a spring that's for my weight and it's good for the bike as well. So this is looking super cool. However, annoyingly, we can't yet put this on the frame because I haven't got the right hardware for it to then match here and here. So I have to get that on order and hopefully for the next episode, we'll be able to get that on. However, what that does mean is that we get to start off with probably the most exciting part, the forks. Check them out. So here we have our Cane Creek 40 headset. And here we have the headset. First thing we need to do is get all of it set up on the bike. So the forks, the stem, the headset, and the handlebars. So we can then mark out whereabouts we want to cut that steerer tube and make the cut. On this Yeti frame, it doesn't actually use any like cups. It's sort of actually designed into the frame. So the bearings literally just sit straight in the frame. Always find this bit pretty tough to get all the headset in, but I've got the top bearing in on there, bottom bearing and the crown race sat on the bottom of the forks. Just going to push these through. Got our sort of little dust cap, then can fit our retaining ring. Like so. What I've gone for here is I've gone for two big spaces on the bottom because I don't want anything on top because I find it looks nice and clean if we can just get that top cap sat right in the stem. But I thought that's quite a bit of a gap. I've looked at my other bikes and it's about the same. And these forks are actually slightly small. So this bike is designed for a 180mm fork. Unfortunately, these are 160, but on Yeti's website it says that they're still fine to use. So hopefully making it a little bit taller will just sort of help extend the height of the bike a little bit, but it should be really good either way. So I pushed everything up, made sure everything's nice and tight and all compressed. So then I'm going to make a little mark on the top of this stem here. Now we can take everything back off. So we made our first mark with the stem on. You then put a second mark about 3mm down, and now it's time to cut it. Super nervous as always because it's such an expensive cut, but let's do it. And there we are. So we made that all expensive cut. Now we're going to put it on the bike. Let's hope it fits. We can put fresh grease in now because we're installing it properly. Bottom bearing can now stay in place. Some more grease up in the top. And to make this far easier, I've got myself a chair this time, laid the parts out, and then we can start getting them on. Put our top bearing in place. Forks going in. Dust seal, retaining ring, get that on, and then our top cap thing, whatever you call that. Second spacer, and then we get the stem on. And as you can see, we've got ourselves our 3mm gap that we want. So now we can look at getting that star nut put in the top of the forks. Just realised after doing all that realistically I should have put the star nut in before putting it all back together, but at least we know it all fits. But now we've got to take it all off again and put it all back on. So we've got our star nut here. Take that off. I'm going to put it onto our tool. Let's get it on. And that is our star nut in place. So now we're going to put it back on the bike again. I won't show it because I've already done it like 2 times. So we'll check back in when it's all on the bike. So the forks were fully on the frame. Our cut was all good, so really happy about that. And they're looking absolutely awesome. So nice and clean. And this is what I say about the top cap. I like having it nice and flush with no space. It's just I think it looks nice and clean. But we've still got plenty of space under here if at any point we decide we want to lower the stem. We can now go about fitting the handlebars next. We've got some race face 35mm Atlas bars and 800mm wide, which I really like. So we're going to get those on and then we can start to see the bike coming a bit more together. I'm pretty sure with this design, that we can actually sneak the handlebars in without having to take all of these back off. Let's get our handlebars, put them through. Here we go, into position. So happy to be having this bike finally coming together. Can't wait for it to be fully done so we can actually get out and ride it. Somewhere like there's looking pretty good. So we'll torque these up, 6 Newton meters is what I said. Now we've got the bike with the handlebars on, looking super cool. Nice wide handlebars, forks looking amazing, absolutely love it. For the final part of today's build, we're going to be getting the wheels on the bike, and we've got these super nice Hope Pro 4 wheels, the Hope Fortis, and some lovely Maxxis tires to go with them. However, they are both pretty flat and they are running tubeless. So what we're going to do is we're going to just peek a little bit of the tyre off, put some new fresh sealing in it, and then seal them back up. Now we can put in some nice fresh sealant. Then get that tyre put back on. And we can pump it back up. That was such a workout. They just didn't want to seat on. The tyres probably aren't as tight as some of them, so it's just hard to get it, and I'm just using a manual pump. We've got one of them on, now to do the rear wheel. At some point I will replace these tyres because they are looking pretty worn. I do really like the Maxxis tyres, but I am tempted for this build to stick with the theme of going something a little bit different and probably trying out some Michelin tyres because I think they look really, really cool. Got a sealant in, let's get that tyre back on. Time for some more pumping. That was far easier to get that one on. Straight on. Quite the workout, but we have now got both tyres inflated, nice and solid, with some fresh sealant. So hopefully, they should now stay nice and inflated. Before we put the wheels on the frame, I just want to give them a nice clean because this bike is looking super nice and fresh. So even though we are putting second-hand parts on, I still want it to look nice and clean. We've got the wheels looking nice and clean. We can now install them onto the bike. Going to be starting with the rear wheel. Let's got the rear wheel on. Just tighten that up. Rear wheel is on. Looking really good already. Now we can get this front wheel on. Front wheels on. So that's it, we've got the forks on, we've got both wheels on, handlebars and stem on, and honestly this bike looks absolutely insane. Check this out. So that's the end of today's episode of building up this Yeti frame. It's looking absolutely incredible. Can't wait to get the rest of it built, and then when it's finally built and ready, it's just gonna be absolutely insane. As always though, if you've got any recommendations or anything, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll see you next week for another ride.